But no, that's the one unfun thing about chess, which is why people try to subvert it with like bullet and stuff, faster formats. If you just really take your time, it feels like you can beat anybody at any time. Now there's a limit. I'm not going to say, oh, I could beat Magnus or something, but if you really sit there and think for like on and on, like that's why time is important. Because anybody could just sit there and go through every tree of moves. It becomes kind of, even if it's slow and exhausting and takes you forever. And that's what good players are even doing in classical kind of tournaments. That's what Fabiano showed against Magnus. Like, oh, Magnus might be the best player ever, but why is Fabiano, who's obviously a very impressive player too, but why is he able to draw him in every single game of a classical world championship against a prime peak Magnus? And he's only 6 rating points behind Fabiano, 28-44. That would prove to me that Magnus isn't the GOAT, because at his best, the GOAT should not be a mere 6 points above somebody else, whoever that might be. There's always going to be great players, but there should be like a great divide. Like Paul Morphy was way better than everybody. It wasn't 6 points close. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to draw you in every single game of a classical world championship and then beat you in the tie breaks. It would be definitive. It would be like, okay, I'm just way better and there's nothing you can do. You can't even explain what I'm doing. Like Bobby Fischer to some extent was like that too. So Magnus was too close, right? If Fabiano is 28-44 and Magnus is 28-50, obviously Magnus was higher at other points, like 28-80, but it shouldn't be that close, right? It should never be that close when you're in your prime, in a world championship, in a, against a contemporary opponent. It should never be like, oh, so basically Fabiano was almost as good as Magnus. In that moment, he was his equal, right? And it comes down to a very tight, very... I don't know, very close. It's almost like Fabiano got burnt out after that and kind of almost gave up a little bit. Not that he's not still trying, but it is weird because should he not have been easily the world champion since Magnus left chess? But he hasn't been at all. So right, 28-44, third highest rated chess player of all time, and yet Ding won a world championship, Gukesh won a world championship. Like, it is kind of sad in a way that, like, whatever he was doing, I can just psychologically analyze it. What he did in that moment, maybe that wasn't the world championship though. When was that actually? When he was 28-44, but like he was almost trolling and trying to prove a point. Like, okay, I know Magnus is the best chess player ever, whatever, but I'm going to prove that, oh, in a classical setting, I can draw him in every single game. I drew the best chess player ever in every single game. He couldn't beat me a single one. And then it took till the tie breaks. It took till time control for him to finally beat me. And it maybe could have gone either way. Who knows? So what happens is, it really proves something, right? Like, I would hang my hat on that. Like, I'm the third highest rated chess player in history. I drew Magnus in every game of a world championship. He couldn't beat me at his best, right? And like, what more do you want? Because it's like one of those underdog things, right? Like, speaking of the Indiana Pacers or something like that, you overachieve. What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to beat Magnus? He's not supposed to, because he's not better than him. He's not, he's not the one who's the best player ever, right? It would be an upset. It would be a big deal, right, if he had won that. So you're not supposed to win. So what more do you want, right? Like, so the best you can do is put up a good performance to show, like, wow, I overachieved. I did the best that I could against somebody who is accepted as better than me. So, like, what more do you want from the guy? It's close because the computer created both sides. Magnus and Fabi chess 960. Fabi doesn't get all draw. Well, 960 in general is probably like that. I mean, there was that world championship. When did he actually do that? 2016 candidates finished second. Wait, oh no, it was all the way in 2018. So I guess it wasn't when he was 28-44 at all, unless he went back to 28-44. Wait. Lost in the rapid tiebreaks after drawing all 12 classical games. Like, it is the ultimate, like, he's not a very emotional or expressive person, but I can just imagine in his head, like, this is what I spent my whole life to do. right? And I'm kind of trolling you and showing you like, wow, Magnus is the GOAT, but I can draw him in every game. He can't beat me. Like, it's so stupid. It shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're better than somebody, if you're the best player ever, it shouldn't be that you're getting a draw every time. You shouldn't be able to do that. Just because Fabi can memorize. But see, I love that statement. Like, you don't think every other chess player on the planet, especially grandmasters, especially title players, especially people over 2,000, everybody tries to memorize the computer. Everybody's studying all day, every day, all the time. If you're a grandmaster, like, it's not that simple. There's a reason why. Oh, all you have to do is just memorize the computer. Okay, I'll do it then. Or like, obviously it takes immense, insane effort and memory and studying and like practice and genius and just memorize the computer. So then why doesn't anybody else do it to the same extent? It's like something that I guess I can show a clip, right? It won't be like copyright.